Hey there, BNI Main, Niels Mank, your Executive Director. So this week I want to talk about a topic that came out of a power team training I did this week. We were talking with members and they were asking why all members are not created equal. Like we give them the same training, same education, same things to look for, listen for, say, and do. Why is it some go out and do it and some don't? Why is it some change the language? And I started talking to them and I started realizing there's three types of referral givers in BNI. There's the advocator, the promoter, and the creator. And we teach this during some of our advanced trainings. And so when I explained that to them, they really had a question of, but how do I tell those people? So I thought I'd break it down in a networker video so you guys could all understand it and talk about the different types of referral givers that are out there and how to identify them. Okay, right now inside your chapter, there's three types of referral givers. All right, every chapter has all three. So the first type number one, the advocator. What is an advocator? The advocator is your baseline. This is the baseline for a networker. Somebody that's networking needs to have an advocator baseline. It's a minimum standard to be a networker, right? If you're going to network with people, there has to be a minimum standard then, okay? So what is that? When someone says, hey, I need a plumber, who do you know? How many times does that happen to you? How many times does somebody ask you for a help to a problem they have? An electrician, I need a plumber. My brakes are sounding funny on my car. I'm looking for a person for my to DJ my wedding. When people come to you and ask you, you have that toolbox in your back pocket. That toolbox is your BNI members. So advocators pull out their tools out of the toolbox and say, I got a great DJ named Jason, let me connect you. That's a baseline. That's what we all get our education for. That's why BNI works. But how do we level that up? How do we make that even better? Because as much as the DJ Jason would love all of us to just say, hey, we know a great DJ named Jason, that's only going to work for the people looking and asking. We gotta level that up a notch. How do we become not just a navigator, but a promoter? How do we promote Jason? How do we promote the people in those roles? The promoter, the way they are different is when someone says, you should talk to my friend. You hear a problem in a thing, they got an event coming up. You're sitting around the fire talking with friends, and they got an event coming up. You should talk to my friend Jason. He's an amazing DJ. He would make your event just pop. It would be so much better than it's ever been before. That's somebody promoting the business. They're listening for a need and then they react based upon that. So the advocator is the person that is directly asked, who do you know? The promoter is the person hearing the situation and then offering up somebody they know. Those two are your common people in BNI. Those are the people you find every day. Our goal is to have at least a promoter hat on, at least get to that level. Now, to level it up even more, we talk about creators. Creators are the top notch. Creators are the people that when they leave your meeting every week, they go out and make it happen for you. Do you have a creator in your chapter? You might have one, you might have two, you might have a handful. It really depends on who they are. Okay, so what's the creator and how are they different? Okay, a creator is much different. That they leave your chapter this week. They head out and they go make it happen. They find the person. They identify who you talked about during your weekly presentation, and they start driving down the road and they're like, where does that person exist? Ooh, and they walk in and they make a cold call connection if they have to. They use their connections to the people they know. Hey, I have a friend this week that talked about this. I would like to really, help them out there. Who do you know? And they start working their network. Creators are the ones that go above and beyond, and that should be the goal for everyone to be a creator. All right. So knowing which person you have really depends upon identifying, are you an advocator, a promoter, a creator? Who in your chapter is those people? So I'm going to challenge you this week. Think about your chapter, pull out your roster, go to the BNI main website, pull up your chapter roster and print it out and take a pen and paper. This is old school and write down promoter, advocator, or creator. Who is those different ones for you? Label them out. Try to find three promoters, three advocators, and one creator. Start with a base there. See if you can identify those. If you have more, that's great. Just consider yourself very lucky. Then start crafting your presentations for each one because your presentation for a advocator is going to be very different than your presentation for a creator. The person that needs just the information, they have to know what to listen for so that when somebody comes to them and says, do you know a DJ? Yes, I know a DJ. They're going to say yes because they know you. But what do you want them to respond with? Yes, I know a DJ who specializes in weddings, or yes, I know a DJ who specializes in corporate events, or yes, I know a DJ that specializes in the impossible, whatever it may be. Then you have your promoters, the people that promote you. You have to educate them in a different way. How are they promoting you? How are they bringing you up? When somebody says they have to hear the problem. If somebody says they have this problem, bring my name up. That's the promoter needs that kind of education. Now the creator, they need a whole different line of education, okay? They need to know exactly what to say because they're going to walk into somebody and they're going to open the door for you. So give them the exact verbiage you want them to say. So knowing how to treat your advocator, your promoter, and your creators in your chapter is how to get the most out of your networking. So think about that this week. Try to pull out your chapter roster and label the people in your chapter for what type of person you think they are to you, and then start crafting your weekly presentations around how to educate those people. Because if you have more promoters than you do advocators, spend more time educating them. If you have a bunch of creators, give them the tools because they're going to make it happen. That's my tip this week. Work all three, know who all three are, and you'll see the results come in. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great week and happy networking.